Yo, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Welcome back to another episode of How's the HUD? And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at our final HUD for this series, HUD number 50, Yayahud by Yitrium. I'm assuming that's how you say their name. If it's not, my bad. That's a hard name to say. You can't blame me. Uh, anyway, I originally decided I was going to do 100 HUDs. As I've done more and more of these, I realize a lot of them are starting to already blend together, so I'm arbitrarily limiting this to 50 HUDs that I look at, and this is going to be the final one. And we've seen quite a lot of variety here, and even this HUD itself actually looks pretty visually distinct from every other HUD we've had so far. First thing, friend list on the right, we have a little camera button that opens up Twitch. That's the live stream button. The little internet button is to check out the news. The little folder button is the contractor. I thought that was like customization options, because that's what that icon's used for in other HUDs. But as for the rest of it, very nice big like options here. Very easy to see what they are. Very easy to click them. Very hard to accidentally misclick something else. We got the server, create a server, items, store, options, console, advanced options, and quitting. Then we have some smaller stuff down here like demo UI for comp players, toggle scoreboard for probably also comp players, and then achievements if you want that. Feels kind of weird to arbitrarily just have these three, not the rest, but whatever. Most of the stuff like call a coach is really non-vital. Home server is weird. I don't know what that is, and I click it and nothing happens, so I'm not really going to worry about that. Anyway, going into items, we have a pretty standard looking loadout screen with very different colors. It's gray and white instead of the usual just darker gray. And instead of borders on stuff, we have a colored background on all these different items, which I personally don't actually like that much, I'll be honest, mainly because the text is the same color. Like, can you really read Unusual Soldier Stash on the item itself here? I really can't. I don't believe I can. We also don't have any of the usual custom HUD like movement options here. I can't move the guy around, I can't move my soldier around, I can't change the lighting on him, can't zoom in and out, can't look up and down. It's just stock TF2's loadout screen, which seems kind of like a waste. The backpack, as expected, the blank pages are borderline impossible to see. Like if you want to see page 7 here, it's really hard to read that 7 and actually see it. Which, I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's just unfortunate. We do have AD, like, labeled to go through our backpack, which is pretty nice, pretty well done overall here. But then, yeah, the colored backgrounds work a lot better here, where we don't need to read item names. They work completely fine. But using the item name with the same color text, it's a very weird decision. I feel like it doesn't work that great. Yeah, overall, pretty functional main menu. Nothing super crazy going on here. Nothing super good, nothing super bad. It's just a very functional, nice, like, different looking base HUD. And having nice big clickable buttons is generally just a good thing. So, pretty good start so far. Although it doesn't have a lot of the options of a lot of other HUDs we've had so far, right? No toggleable friends list, no customization options. And then, like, missing a few of the stock TF2 buttons, and no, like, stats, lifetime stats, or anything like that. But yeah, we got just a blue loading screen, and then when we're in-game, a blue screen to actually pick in. Pretty standard minimalist HUD loadout picking screen, and then when we're actually in-game, we got a pretty standard minimalist thing. Like, this is... This is like the most standard HUD I think I've ever seen. If we look at all the other 49 HUDs I reviewed here, I could probably pinpoint 30 that look pretty much one-to-one with this outside of when I look at people and outside the main menu. This main menu, very visually distinct, very nice. We have our call, vote, mute options now popping up. But in terms of like the actual base HUD itself, standard, just health there. When we're overhealed is blue. When we're underhealed, I'm assuming it's red. Kill streak in the top right. Chat for some reason the bottom left instead of the top left. Tiny little player model with like a blue stripe in the bottom corner there, I guess to signify that you're on blue team. When we're on low health, let's wow, I'm at exactly 100, that's crazy. But yeah, low health, we have the red flashing text, right? Exactly as expected, expected functionality. All the bars are labeled and nice in the middle, right? It works, but it's like nothing special. The Huntsman gets 2 meters? What does it need 2 meters for? And they work alongside each other. One of them's labeled, one of them's not. Maybe this is in progress, currently being developed, but it also hasn't been updated in years, so I don't even know. When I'm healing people, I can see all the information about who I'm healing, like 4 ammo, 200 health, and like their name very easily. But when I look at people I'm not healing, seeing their names just doesn't work. I can see their health very easily. It's on a nice black background with very nice readable white text, but actually reading their name, like I can read Tamarack here, but if I stop healing him and look at him, it just says Ta. Like that's a bit weird. Seems like a bit of a weird oversight to have. Not really great to have that compared to all the other similar looking minimalist HUDs. We have our ammo count in the middle, and we have our build menu slightly over where the text kind of fades out. When you open the text box, it overlaps, but if the text box isn't open, they are built to not overlap, which is great. When we actually open the build menu, it's really massive up on the left side here, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, actually having built the buildings, they're pretty stock, they're pretty standard. Disguising on Spy, I'm assuming their model in the bottom left will change. Our model in the bottom left change, and the information is also in the bottom left, and it's in such a large area that regardless of what name the item might have, it won't get cut off. It's a pretty nice way of doing things, but yeah. Like that just works, that's functional. Overall, it doesn't just seem special at all. Kind of unfortunate. I saw this just screenshot of the main menu. Like, this part is all I got to see when going into this HUD. And I was just kind of hoping it'd be something special, but it's just a stock minimalist HUD. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's nothing special, right? It's not like the VHS HUD, which we reviewed like 5 episodes ago. Or even whatever the last HUD was. Not AMP HUD, but Quake HUD was a pretty cool, slightly different thing. This one's just a standard minimalist HUD with, you know, a few different color changes and mainly just backgrounds on top of stuff. A lot of other minimalist HUDs will just have a floating 300 here and a floating name of engineer. But this HUD has a black background there, a white background there. Like when we're looking at our health and we were underhealed or overhealed, there was a background on that as well. So like there's some backgrounds, like nice single color gradient backgrounds on stuff. But other than that, it's pretty standard. Right, medium health is yellow, low health is red, overheal is like the whitish green, and full health is just green. It just works, it just makes sense. Yeah, not really too much to say here. This is just a very standard minimalist HUD. It works, it functions, there's nothing super wrong with it. I guess I should test spectating, make sure that, you know, names and stuff work there as well. So let me go die to something, there we go. Dying to someone, they can see name and health very easily, and spectating, they can see name and health very easily. It just works, it just makes sense. It's a very functional HUD, but unfortunately just a pretty standard minimalist one. There's nothing super crazy or unique about this one, outside of, I guess, the specific font choice they decided to use, the fact that the Huntsman gets 2 meters for no discernible reason. When I look at people, their names don't fully show up, which is just kind of an L. And other than like those 3 things, it doesn't even have most of the standard stuff in custom HUDs, where when I'm in the loadout screen, I can't like move my character around. Although it does have at least AD in the backpack, which is half of the customization. But yeah, not really too much to say about this one. Overall, probably a 4 out of 5 one. It's like a little too standard, a little too normal, a little too basic to really give a full rating, and it has like a few problems that I did just go over a second ago. So overall, that's that. Hope you guys have enjoyed this series. As of me recording this, it's still the end of September. It's not even in time for the 2024 Halloween update. But for you guys, this will be well into 2025 when this goes live. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this series. If maybe, I don't know, you want to see some sort of follow-up. Maybe I look at animation mods or something instead. I review other type of Team Fortress mods, although I'm sure I'll probably have done some of that by the point that you see this. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this series, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and with that being said, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.